Welcome to ProPractice, your guide to refine, enliven, and illuminate the piano repertoire. I'm Josh Wright, and today's episode is based on the Saint-Saens Concerto No.2 in G minor, first movement. And I'm getting ready to perform this weekend. Right now it's Monday. I'll be performing this on Saturday. And I generally always regret not doing ProPractice videos on the pieces that I'm working on because after I'm done with the performance, I'm so exhausted from playing the piece that I don't usually get around to it. So I thought that was really dumb, lame excuse. So we're going to do this as my final preparation for this concert. So it's a nice little experiment that we're going to go through today. A little bit about what we're going to cover. We're going to cover a lot of fingering in tricky passages. We're going to go over dynamics, rubato, the pushing and pulling of time, different types of expression, both with sound and with voicing, and any other tricks that I found along the way that will make you as efficient as possible in your practice sessions. Let's begin. So the first thing that I want to discuss is the middle pedal on your piano. Now, this is a German Steinway from Hamburg from the 70s, and they actually don't have a middle pedal. So for those of you who don't have the middle pedal, I'm going to demonstrate how to do that. If you do have the middle pedal, what you want to do, the middle pedal is called the sostenuto pedal, and it goes like this. Basically what happens is you press the sostenuto down, then you compress your regular pedal down. Basically what it does is it takes a snapshot of whatever is holding at the moment. So if you press these G's, then press your sostenuto, those will just hold. And obviously on this piano I can't demonstrate since there isn't one, but basically like those would all remain short. For a passage like this opening, it's particularly helpful to use the sostenuto because you can pedal along the way. So you're not going to just do kind of and get this bad sounding blur. You are instead going to use the sostenuto pedal, okay? And where I would let that sostenuto pedal off is all the way down here. Okay, so right up at the very top of that little flourish, I would let that sostenuto pedal off. You don't necessarily really even need to, but I would recommend it. You can always put it down later again over here. If you wanted to put it down for that chord so that you can change on each of your harmony changes. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate if you don't have a sostenuto pedal. Okay, I would just hold this as long as you can until the left hand has to come in. Okay, I'll show you. Change your pedal there. Change. Very rounded change here on this E flat. Change. And then down. If you change quickly when you don't have a sostenuto pedal, which most modern grand pianos do, but a lot of uprights don't. So if you have an upright and you want to still make your piece sound convincing, this is a good technique. So I'm kind of covering a subject that isn't always necessary because if you're playing this with orchestra, you're certainly going to have a sostenuto pedal. It's pretty rare to find pianos that don't, but if you're practicing at home on an upright or a digital piano that does not have that middle pedal, this can really help out. So make sure you're always rounding your pedal. What I mean by rounding is coming up gradually and then going back down. Coming up gradually. You can go back down quickly. It doesn't matter how slow or fast you go down. I just go down quickly, but letting that off, what that does is it gently lowers the dampers back down onto those strings so you get a nice rounded sound. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about rubato. Okay, so this is very reminiscent of a Bach fantasia, or fantasy, so it's very improvisatory. It's kind of a strange first movement. It's pretty slow first movement. There's tons of tempo changes, and a lot of tempo changes we're going to talk about that don't necessarily make it one cohesive work, but there is a lot of freedom in here. So ad libitum, forte sempre, so always loud with freedom, legato. Okay, here we go. And just play along with me if you are kind of unsure of the rubato, which is the pushing and pulling of time. like to feel each one of these work. So go up to there and then back down, and then up to there and then back down a little time. And then I go to this one, full of revenge. So that one I'm soft. So that one I'm big, and then this one I'm quite soft. And you can see how that sostenuto pedal would really help. That way I can make just normal pedal changes along the way without worrying about that G sustaining. Okay, so one more time and then I'm just gonna keep going. It's unstable resolution, but this is the beginning of a long crescendo. Then left hand. Okay, so that fingering's pretty self-explanatory in most editions, like 2-3-1-5, 2-3-1-5, 2-3-1-5, like 1-4, 2-5, 2-5, 1-3 is what I use. 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 1, 5, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so, and one thing that I was just in LA the other day for a lesson on this with my teacher who now lives there, and she was saying, Josh, your right hand's very expressive, but your left hand is just kind of getting thrown off, like, versus kind of feeling that tension, like this is a dialogue between these voices, to there and then to there and then to there and then to, and I don't really feel like it pushes forward super hard until it breaks from that pattern. When you get to this A. Okay, so keep it in control, and always, because a lot of people kind of get to here, and then it just kind of sounds like, oh, I'm just showing off, rather than feeling the depth, okay? Thank you so much for watching. As with all ProPractice videos, the first section is free. If you'd like to view the rest of this video, just click on the link in the description below. Also, I have some great news. I recently switched my full-length ProPractice tutorials to a new platform called Teachable, which allows for offline viewing of these videos on iPhone and iPad, right within the Teachable app. It also allows for progress tracking and other features to help you in your studies. Just click the link below to check it out. Have a great week. Good luck in your practice sessions.